Britt, if someone told me 19 years ago that we'd be married with a family, I wouldn't have believed them. But I would have been very happy. It's hard to put into words, but since we met, I've always known I wanted to spend my life with you.
Today we gather to recognize and celebrate the love of two of my nearest and dearest friends. I had the privilege of living with Matthew and Brittany for a number of years at a place that came to be known as the Inner Sanctum. If you know, you know. It was there that I got to witness the love grow between them, getting stronger every day. And it was also where I gave them the experience of what it was like to live with essentially an unruly teenage son, giving them some practice for the future. Some of my favorite moments were where one of them would be doing some mundane task, like washing dishes or preparing a meal, and I'd see the other admiring their future spouse with pure love and adoration. A genuine sparkle in their eyes and the slightest smile that said, "Yep, that's the one for me."
One core memory in our friendship was many years ago, years before the couple we're here celebrating today became a couple, when Brittany first told me that she had feelings for Matt. She was a little worried about them because they had always been such good friends and their friendship was so important to her. But she said, it's always been him. And over the years, as I've seen their relationship grow, I understand why it's always been him. Matt, you are a kind and generous person. You've always been there for Brittany. It's been an absolute pleasure seeing you thrive together, become wonderful parents to a beautiful daughter, and now become husband and wife.
You love so big and you put your whole heart into everything you do. You are so caring and considerate, always putting others before yourself. Watching you become a mother has been incredible. I see so much of you every time I look at her. I promise to be mindful and present every day with you as we continue to grow and shape each other, to love you with all my heart, to make you feel so unconditionally and unwaveringly loved, to work together to build a strong foundation that nothing can shake. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you through all the ups and downs. You're my best friend. I love you. It's always been you. Hey.
You look so good.
You too, baby.
Were we allowed to kiss before?
We just did.
Matt, my best friend. You left a piece of yourself in my heart a long time ago, and over the years it grew. Along with it, my love for you grew into something intricate, meaningful, and impossible to ignore. It became so clear to me that you had my heart, and you always had. You've supported me through sickness, struggles, and grief, and you've held my hand through parenthood, which I think is the hardest but most rewarding thing that either of us have ever encountered. And watching you with Margot is absolutely magic. You are an incredible father, and she loves you so much. And so today, on our wedding day, I promise to encourage you and support you every day. I promise to point out the bright side even if you can't see it, and I promise to never want you to change because I love you for exactly who you are too. And I will always love you for the rest of my days.
I'll now ask that you seal the promises you made to each other today with a kiss.
My heart is very full today, full of love and gratitude to all of you who made the trip here to celebrate with us. They say it takes a village to raise a child. They weren't kidding. As the children grow, the village grows. Today, Matt and Britt have their two villages come together. The love and support they give each other is truly a sight to see. We as parents get to step aside now and watch as their village grows and becomes wider. It doesn't mean we're not their village anymore. We're the village they can visit anytime and get fed while they're there by Mark. We're the village that will drop everything to go to them when they're needed, when we're needed. We'll take our granddaughter at a moment's notice when mom and dad need a break.
When Matt asked me to be his best man, I was completely floored and honored. But I'm also honored to know Britt, and I kind of feel like a best woman tonight too.
So cool. I love that so much.
Matt's always been a great friend with a very, very contagious laugh that he brings to many of my favorite moments. Like when we brought a rubber snake into Algonquin to scare Ray. That was one of my favorite camping moments ever, and I'll never forget that. I truly couldn't ask for a better friend. I love you, man.
When I was writing my speech, I kept saying her name over and over again. Okay, Brittany, Brittany, Brittany. It's about Brittany. And it seemed like such a run-of-the-mill 90s name, you know, Brittany. But just thinking that name, saying that name, just brings me to life. She's the most beautiful woman. She was a joy of a child to raise. She was such a good girl. You're an amazing mother, and we can't wait to see what kind of a life you and Matt make for yourselves, and it'll be a joy to be a part of it.
Brittany, we have been friends for what seems like forever, but also like a hot minute all at the same time. While it seems crazy to me that it has been 15 whole ass years since our lives came together, it also feels like you've just always been there. Looking back at this past decade and a half, I can hardly pick out the core memories. They all just feel so significant. I'm grateful to have you in my life every day, and I'm so proud of the person you've become.